Hold on to friends who are there for you at your worst moments. It means that they care enough about you to be there for you even when it isn't that easy. You see, when we're going through tough periods and we have our worst moments, sometimes it can be a bit difficult to be around us, whether it be because we're a bit moody, or maybe if we're going through a lot of crap, it can mean that we become a bit more negative, or we can almost be a bit depressing. And inevitably, our emotions will rub off on others. I mean, we as human beings tend to be social creatures, so quite often the energy that we're feeling will be felt by others around us. So when you're going through your worst moments, you have to realize that the people who are there for you, they're incredibly important because they're choosing to give you their time, but they're also choosing to take on whatever you may be feeling because they likely have some amount of empathy that allows them to kind of feel what you're feeling to some extent. They won't be able to feel to the exact extent that you do because they're not going through the same thing that you are. But if they're there for you, realize that that's significant. I mean, so many people take that for granted in life. I've had so many of my past friends take that for granted in me. It's one of the main reasons why I talk about this quite often, because it's a shame when people let go of strong relationships due to neglect. When people are there for you during your toughest moments, during your worst moments, do not take them for granted. Keep these people around. I can't even tell you how rare it is to find people who will stick with you during those moments. It's so incredibly rare because it immediately tells you that they aren't a fair weather friend. They're actually there for you when it gets tough. That is rare. I hope some of you are old enough to realize that yourselves, because oh my God, it's so rare to find people like that. Even if you're incredibly authentic and honest, the fact of the matter is most people just aren't going to have that level of depth to them. Most people aren't going to want to feel those emotions that you're feeling when you're feeling down. If they're more of a happy-go-lucky type person, then they won't want to feel that way. Or even just in general, if they want to be happy most of the time, then maybe there could be moments where being around you could bring them down. And that's no fault of your own. If you're going through some stuff, then of course it's going to happen. But not everybody wants to go through that. They don't want to necessarily be strong with you because some people just, they lack the high level of empathy and emotional maturity to be a good friend and to be there during those moments, because it can be difficult to be there for others when they feel that way. So knowing all that, just realize how special it is when you have people who are willing to be there for you during your toughest moments. Never take them for granted. Make sure you cherish those relationships and build them up to be as strong as possible. I seriously can't tell you just how rare it is to find people like that. I mean, I've tried my whole life, and even then, there's only a handful of people that are actually there for me when I feel down. With everyone else, they usually don't want to be around me when I feel that way. They want to kind of just ignore it and pretend that it's not there and believe that I'm incredibly strong and can handle it on my own, which I can, but I mean, it's still nice to have people there for me, but many people won't be there. So, I've reiterated this enough, but basically, my point with this video is just when you have people who are there for you during your toughest moments, during your worst moments, never take them for granted. Those are your strongest relationships. These are people who could be in your life for decades, because if they're willing to be there for you when it's not easy, then that tells you they're likely in it for the long haul and they deeply care about you. So don't let that go. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful background behind me. I'm loving it here and I wish I could stay here forever, but unfortunately, with my current work situation, it would be a bit tricky. But anyway, that's enough about my personal life. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, a comment, or share it with your friends and family, and let me know if you'd like to see any specific topics, or just let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next video. Arrivederci!